All right, hold up, man. So, who really the face of boxing right now? And don't just say your favorite fighter. I'm talking about right now. If somebody asks you, as we speak, who the face of boxing is, who you gonna say? Tank? Canelo? Devin? David Benavidez? Boots? Because right now, I think a lot of people got this conversation completely wrong. But let's dive in.
Ooh, I'm about to dive in.
All right, so first and foremost, before we even start cooking, right? Let's establish something first. And that is that being the face of boxing and being the best boxer are not the same thing. I repeat, being the face of boxing and being the best boxer are not the same thing. Cause some of y'all already got your favorite fighter in your head, right? I'm taking this dude. That's my guy, right? That's not what we doing today, though. When I say the face of boxing, I'm talking about who moves the needle, right? Who get the people talking, right? Who get the clicks? Who get the views? Who get the casual fans paying attention, right? Because if people know your name and they don't even watch boxing, well, that's saying something. If they don't even watch a sport like that, but they know your name, that's saying something. And that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. All right, so now that that's established, let's get right into it, man. Let's start with the obvious answer, right? Tank Davis, right? The Baltimore Beast, the KO King, the Knockout Kid, right? If somebody say Tank Davis is the face of boxing, I'm not going to sit here and argue with him. I'm not going to call him crazy. The dude sell tickets. Bull, bottom line, Bull put butts in seats. Every time he fight, people pay attention. Hardcore fans pay attention. Casual fans pay attention. People that don't even watch boxing know who Tank is. So on the surface, Tank got a super strong argument, right? But here's where I think people stop the conversation a little too early when it comes to Tank, right? First of all, Tank hasn't been in the ring for nearly 2 years. He's been inactive, nowhere near as consistent as he should be, right? And if we're talking about the face of the sport, I think activity matters. You gotta be out there. You gotta be in the ring. You gotta be visible. You gotta keep people having something to say about you, right? Having something to talk about. Then you got the other stuff outside the ring. The legal issues, the legal situations, the headlines, the distractions, right? And whether people like it or not, all of that becomes a part of the conversation when we're talking about the face of boxing. So while Tank definitely has a super strong case, I don't think the conversation can end right there. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. So moving right along, let's get right to the next guy on my list. And remember, these are in no particular order. This is just my top 3. But let's talk about Devin Haney. Yep, you heard me. Let's talk about Devin the Dream Haney, right? The Devin Haney conversation might be the hardest one on this list, right? See, one thing you can't take away from Devin is his resume, right? You can hate him. You can say he's boring. You can say he ain't got no power. You can say whatever you want to say, right? But the man is a 3-division world champion. He's a former undisputed lightweight champion. And now he just moved up recently to welterweight and beat the #1 welterweight in the world, the boogeyman of the division, and Brian Norman Jr., and became the WBO welterweight champion and the #1 welterweight in the world. These are facts, man. I'm speaking facts. This ain't no made up ish, right? I'm speaking all facts. And honestly, that's what makes the Devin Haney conversation so interesting, right? Because every time Devin fight, people got something to say. If he win, people got something to say. If he lose, people definitely got something to say. If he tweets something, people got something to say. If he breathed the wrong way, they got something to say. And that's important, bro. That's important because when we talking about the face of the sport, we need people to talk about you. Attention matters. Now here's where people gonna push back, right? Some people just gonna say, yo, Devin Haney, he just ain't exciting, man. Some people think he moves too much. He run, this, that, and the third, right? Some people still stuck on that Ryan Garcia debacle, even though in no way, shape, or form was that Devin Haney's fault. right? It got overturned. He's still undefeated. And if you are arguing about the popularity, okay, I get it. I understand it. But here's where I think a lot of people stop the conversation too early, right? Because being the face of boxing is not about being the fighter everybody is in love with. No. Sometimes it's about being the fighter everybody is talking about. And right now, who got more boxing conversation around them than Devin Haney? You speak about Ryan, you speak about Haney. You speak about Teofimo, you speak about Haney. You speak about Shakur, you speak about Haney. You speak about Keyshawn Davis, you speak about Haney. And the list goes on and on. Brian Norman, speak about Haney. Even Boots, you speak about Haney. Bro, every big boxing conversation somehow finds its way back to Devin the Dream Haney. And then you got Bill Haney. Listen, man, whether you like Bill or not, that man know how to promote, bro. He know how to promote and he love his son. I mean, he know how to keep the Haneys relevant, bro, in the headlines. I mean, that is part of the game, bro. Because at the end of the day, you don't gotta love Devin Haney. You don't even gotta be a fan. But if we talking about who keeps people talking, right? We talking about who naming everybody's mouth, who stay in the headlines, who keep finding itself in every major boxing conversation. Devin the Dream Haney got one of the strongest cases on this entire list. Matter of fact, he might just have the strongest case. But let's keep it moving. I was going to make a case for every fighter I mentioned in the intro. I really was. I was getting ready to talk about David Benavidez. David Benavidez is a monster. For real. He just moved up 25 pounds and became the unified champion. I think either cruiserweight or light heavyweight. I believe cruiserweight, right? After beating Zordo Ramirez, right? David Benavidez beat the hell out of everybody he fight, flat out. But the problem with David Benavidez is, if he's not fighting, you don't hear from him, period. If he don't got a fight coming up, you don't hear about him and you don't hear from him, right? So I was definitely going to make a case about him. I was going to make a case about Shakur. But come on, man. After the case about Devin Haney, how can you make a case for Shakur to be the face of boxing? You can make a case for Shakur to be, top 1, 2, 3 pound for pound. But we talking about the face of boxing on this one. And he's not it, right? Keyshawn, shout out Keyshawn, hell of a fighter. But he ain't done enough. He ain't done enough to even be thought about as the face of boxing. He's not even on the pound for pound list yet. Boots, it may be the future #1 pound for pound fighter in the world, and he may be that for a while, but he hasn't done enough yet. Let's go down the line. Usyk is that bull, but Usyk getting old. And in my opinion, he lost his last fight before the referee stopped it too early and took it from Verhoeven, a kickboxer, right? So we go down the list. The only other fighter that could be considered, in my opinion, the face of boxing is Tank Davis. And Tank Davis hasn't fought in almost 2 years. And Tank Davis got other issues going on, right? And Tank Davis don't want to fight the best fights. He don't want to fight Shakur. He don't want to fight Devin, although he talking that ish right now. But he don't want to fight Devin. He don't want to fight Shakur, right? So who could be the face of boxing if it's not Devin? If you be real with yourself, you ask yourself the same question and be 100 with yourself, you gotta come up with the same answer. For real. So I want to hear from y'all in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this video. And let me know, if it's not Devin Haney, who is the face of boxing right now? Devin Haney is my guy as far as the face of boxing. Matter of fact, Devin Haney is my guy, period. I bang with Devin Haney, period. I bangs with him. But even if I didn't, just based off of all the buzz surrounding Devin Haney, who else is going to be? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this video. I appreciate y'all tapping in. This is my first episode on Cut the Cap Sports channel. I mean, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Make sure you comment, let me know how you feel about this video. And remember, the only way to keep it a stack is to cut the cap. We out. Peace.